Welcome back to the channel, fam. Welcome back to the channel. This is Brian, Introverted Marketer. Ain't hard to tell, it's simple. Now we're tapping back in with Manaka Royalty, the Drawn Ultimate apps. We've done the hand-drawn crossword, the hand-drawn mazes, and now we're tapping in with the hand-drawn word searches. So let's go ahead and tap on in to that. So you can see here we are in the hand-drawn word searching. Pretty much same theme. Everything is hand-drawn, but this time we're doing word searches. Now you can see here in the custom, you can actually put your own custom words, and it gives you the instructions right here, as you can see over here. And you can also change the density. I think 3 is pretty fine. You can change the shape. Once again, let's just say star. We'll let do its thing, come back once it's done. So you can see here we actually have our star, and we do see we have the solution. Let's just take that off and just see how it looks. Then we can put it on, see it actually shows where to actually circle to get the solution. So everything is pretty much the same here with these selections right here. But we do have a different where we can show the word bank or not, where we can match the grid width or not. We definitely want to show the word bank to show what people are need to find in the puzzle. I do like having the option of allowing backwards words and diagonal words and showing the page number. We can see here it's just as simple as putting in a object, and the AI will try to create that object. In this instance, it was a star. So we created a star hand-drawn word search puzzle. And then it's the same thing here where if you would just put a theme and it'll come up with something. So I know we've been doing St. Patrick's Day. I think we're going to stick with that theme. St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to go ahead and generate words. Four-leaf clover. We'll go ahead and see how that is going to come together. Okay, fam. So here's our four-leaf clover. Here's our words. You can see right here we have 15 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15. And it is very simple to make. We use the AI to do everything, and everything carried over to the custom. Use the AI to generate the four-leaf clover. Pretty simple. Now let's go over to the actual bulk feature. Same rules gonna apply here. We're gonna do St. Patrick's Day. We're gonna do 10 puzzles. We'll actually keep it elementary. And once again, four-leaf clover. All right, St. Patrick's Day, 10-10. Keep it elementary. That's fine. We'll add it to the K. We'll overwrite existing pages. We're going to go ahead and generate all 10 pages and let it do its thing. Okay, fans, so that didn't take any time at all. So let's go ahead and check everything out. You can see here we have our puzzles with the solutions. And it created 10 different puzzles, and that did not take any time at all four-leaf clovers, all created in bulk. Very simple with that hand-drawn aesthetic. And it kept everything pretty much the same in terms of the page numbers, the different generation options. And it looks good to go. Probably I would need to see it closer up. Let's see closer up how it would look. There we go. Trying to find some of these words. I admit it probably would be difficult with the way that the hand drawn is working, just because of how everything is kind of like separating off in these different kinds of shapes. So, like, look how we had to find river. It definitely would not be easy. So, definitely look like it would create some pretty challenging puzzles. So, I probably would make some modifications just to make it simpler if it's going to be for children. But if we go over to, we'll actually go ahead and get rid of all of these. We're going to go over to the story feature. And once again, this is always my favorite feature to test out for you all just to show you what it's about. So we're going to go ahead and generate a random idea, come up with a story, see how everything comes along when we create our coloring book, hand-drawn word search book. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll get back to you once everything is finished. All right, fam. So that took a little bit. So let's check out what we actually came up with. So we can see here our story. A brave squirrel pilot builds a cardboard rocket to retrieve a fallen star for his friends. Sounds pretty dope. Here we are. Here's our star. And it doesn't say what our star's name here is here, but we do have our coloring book page. And help Pip find things in the forest to start his journey. We have a tree right here. And we do have more forest friends. And of course, you can change and regenerate here when you have these options here, or you can upload an image. And that is the awesome part of the actual story feature. And then we have this right here. Now, for these individual pages, you would more than likely go over here to regenerate the page. And it will regenerate the page if you wanted to fix this image here or just make any kind of modifications. You would do that over here. But when it comes to the actual images, the coloring book pages, they'll always pop up here if you want to regenerate, replace, or do anything. You can do that here. So overall, it took about, I want to say this took about a good 10 minutes to make. I feel like it's pretty competent right here. I probably would change some of the designs of the actual puzzles just to make it, I don't know, a little bit more forest friendly. But we do have it going into outer space, so that's pretty cool. I probably would change that. But overall, you are able to create these puzzles in about 10 minutes or less, and that is just the main thing when it comes to these tools used in Manaka Royalty, and it's the hand-drawn word search. Overall, another great addition, another great tool. If you want to, of course, remember to add pages, you select the option here, and it just adds the page, and you can always drag and drop your pages wherever you want it to go, and it's going to end up where you need it to go. You can see here's page number 1. Just make sure that when you want to add your pages, you always select the option here when you want to add individual pages. But overall, another great tool. Same options are still there in terms of being able to modify between layouts, typography, appearance, things like that, and the page numbers. The download options are here if you want to download it individually, PNG, PDF, SVG, PowerPoint, and of course you can export the entire project if you want and include Word Bank in the solution, PNGs, PDF, PowerPoint, and SVGs. So that is just a great, great thing to have in terms of being flexible and having options in delivering the actual final product. But that's going to be my take on the hand drawn word search. And I believe I've covered all of the 20 applications included in the Manaka Royalty package. It comes with 20 package. It comes with 20 different functions if you get every access point from front end to pro to the elite in the add-on. I've covered all of them. Given my genuine thoughts, I definitely recommend the entire funnel because why limit yourself? Especially when you have the story feature, you could just do so many amazing things. But that's just my thoughts on the entire package altogether. But the hand-drawn word search, definitely a go. Definitely a lot of great customization features. Definitely recommend you picking it up. But with that being said, I'm going to end the video right here. This is Brian, the introverted marketer, and it ain't hard to tell. It's simple. I'm gonna catch you on the next video, fam. Peace.